All right, hi everybody. It's me, Contrary Motion, back again with another Suikoden Sunday. Last time we finished Suikoden 2 as Rio led us to a stunning all-squirrel victory against against the evil Wolf of Highland. And so it is time for us to go on with the story, or rather to go into the story, behind the story, with astride the story with Suikogaiden Volume 1. And we'll be able to get through both of the Suikogaidens, I think, before the remasters of 1 and 2 come out. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next month or so. A couple of things. These streams, because they are so reading intensive, are a little shorter than my usual stream length, just because my voice wears out after a couple of chapters, but they're still semi-long. So each of the Gaiden games we'll do in 2 streams, and that should take us 4 weeks, and then it'll be perfect time to start. The other thing is, this time with Volume 1, we're going to do the B path, which I haven't done yet, I don't think, on stream, which means we're going to have to be real mean to Sierra. So sorry, anybody who likes Sierra and who doesn't like to be mean to her. That's what we've got to do this time. Anyway, as we always do when we start a new game or a new old game or an old new game, is we're going to watch the intro. So let's go. I always think that's funny because KCET is the PBS station in LA. Anya. That bear actually looks like Pamela's weapon from the Atelier games. Sasarai! All right, we're ready to go. We're going to not see a lot of those people this time, particularly Clive and Elza, because they're the ones we miss when we go on the B path. All right, I tested this, and it should work, so let's load our data from Suikoden 2. It always takes so long, and then it makes me nervous. Hooray! All right, this is all correct, I believe. Rio, Kitty Cat Army, Nyan Castle, and Suikoden 1 data. Yes, let's go. And... Hey! That's what we like to see. I'll save my state just in case. All right. Episode 1, The Visitor. It's been 2 days since I crossed Highland's border. I'm headed for Muse, the capital of the city-states of Jostin, but it's still far away. Hey, you're slouching again. My name is Nash. Nash Latchkey. That's still the pronunciation I'm going with, even though it's clearly not supposed to be that. As a special ops agent of Holy Harmonia's Southern Frontier Defense Force, I've been sent on an important mission to infiltrate this land. Hey, I told you not to sway so much. The Defense Force has received information that one of the 27 true runes has appeared in the city-states of Jostin. I'm here to find out if this legendary true rune really does exist, and if it does, try to obtain it for Harmonia. Nothing out of the ordinary. I get orders like this all the time. It'd be nice if things actually worked out for once. My headache is getting even worse. Now I'll never be able to fall asleep. Sometimes I wonder if this is karma. Chasing rumors like this is like trying to catch a cloud. Anyone will tell you it's a waste of time. At least I have some kind of lead this time. You really are useless, are you not? We'll never reach Muse at this rate. Shut up! Stop complaining up there! Why must I be your baggage boy? If anyone's useless, it's you, not me. There you go, mouthing off like that again. I thought you wanted clues about the true runes, I might have said something like that, but... And besides, you were the one who offered to carry my luggage in the first place. But that was... I only and very grudgingly agreed to travel with you because you said you would do anything, even carry my luggage, if I told you my story. Hi, Skylar. You're not going to tell me that you lied, are you? I was thinking more along the lines of a handbag or something. It's pointless. Pointless for me to try and reason with a 1,000-year-old vampire. She may look like a sweet young lady on the outside, but inside she's nothing but a sly and arrogant old woman who doesn't even have an ounce of shame. She's supposedly the rightful bearer of one of the 27 true runes, the Moon Rune. Which would mean that she's the founder of all vampires, those beings who dwell in darkness. Well, she's the only clue I've got. But I never agreed to carry you as well. I'm starving and I've not slept in ages. It would be cruel to make me walk through a wasteland like this. If you feel that strongly about it, why didn't you just hire a carriage? I could not hire a carriage in the last town. They were all out. There was simply no helping it. Shikata ga nakata. More importantly... No fighting now, you hear?
No, you can't. It's mine. I just want to look. Come on, let me see it.
Oh, dear me. I'm glad you two are so energetic, but you mustn't fight. Hey, Sierra. What was it you said about the carriages? Shut up.
It'll be fine. Let me see it. Let me see it. No way. It's mine. Ah!
As Sierra watched, the toy the kobold children were fighting over slipped out of one of their hands and flew through the air, landing right at my feet. There are furries in this series. I wouldn't say it's a furry series, mainly because the kobolds are almost all incredibly annoying. Uh, the only one I like is Mudo, who's in 3. He's a friendly dullard, and I like the cat people in 4. That's one of the best things about 4. What's this? A doll? It was a wooden doll. It was extremely well made for a toy. Are kobolds good enough with their hands to make something like this? Return that to them right away. Right away! Quickly! Huh? What are you getting so worked up about? Here you go. Don't drop it next time, okay? Thank you so much. Go on now, thank him for picking it up for you.
Thank you.
You're brothers, so try to get along and not fight too much, alright?
Okay.
Well then, please excuse us. Finally. I thought they'd never leave. That's not very nice. You got something against kobolds or what? It's none of your business. That would have been a good time to ask for a ride, though. Ah, damn it. I should have asked if they had any room for us. In any case, I'm still extremely thirsty. Well, you'll just have to hold on until we reach Muse, won't you? Though I'm pretty sure this rumor about the true rune is exactly that, just a rumor. The 27 true runes are the source of energy for this world. It's said that their bearers gain immortality and incredible strength. I wouldn't believe it for a second if I wasn't traveling with one of them. I'm pleased to see that your physical condition isn't so bad that you can't walk, oh honored founder. My condition? You cannot begin to fathom what kind of condition I'm in. You think? I'm glad I can't. It usually only takes about 2 days to get to Muse, but who knows how long it'll take at this pace. I hope we won't be too late. Sierra's being surprisingly quiet. Whoa! What are you trying to do to me? What? It's just a little blood. Alright, so we gotta be mean to Sierra because we need the luck points. Knock it off, you old bat! Is complaining the only thing you can do? Why do you not try to be of some use to me? I should be focusing on getting the moon rune back. I allowed you to accompany me because you said you wanted to find out more about the true runes. But what do? You just complain and complain endlessly. You good for nothing. Ugh, I get it. Just don't bite me. I won't complain anymore. I sincerely hope you do not. But I suppose you believe in the superstition that you would become a vampire too if I sucked your blood. By the way, a little while ago, did you call me a monster or an old bat or something along those lines? Yes? Are you beginning to see how this works? Yes, ma'am. I think Nash likes it. I think he likes getting smacked around by a dominant lady. For the time being, I've learned that it's best not to defy Sierra. Atop the luggage, she keeps complaining, but I've decided to ignore her the best I can and hurry on. The sun's gonna set soon. Hello, Tenkai. Looks like we'll be camping out again tonight. We better start making preparations. Hey, Sierra, get up already. Sierra? Sierra! Sierra! She's fast asleep. Hey, don't sleep on top of me, you old bat. Oh, yeah, he's into it.
Huh? Are we there already?
Does it look like we're there?
What did you say?
We're not going to reach the next village before nightfall, so it looks like we're going to be spending the night here.
Camping, huh? There should be a mansion near here. We'll stay the night there.
A mansion? Near here? Are you sure? Decent meal and a soft bed would really hit the spot.
I cannot promise they'll offer lodging to a baggage boy like you, but you can try asking.
Yeah. I think we're coming from the other direction. Perched atop a high hill, the mansion loomed over the road. A tall tower with a dome-shaped roof rose out of the middle of the building, giving it an oddly unbalanced look. Maybe this is the estate of some rich lord or other who owns a bunch of land around here. We stood at the entrance to the mansion. I expected to have to beg a grumpy gatekeeper to let us stay the night, but instead we were promptly greeted by a well-groomed butler. Yeah, but we're approaching Muse from the north, because at least Nash is coming from Harmonia. Well, although to get to Muse from Harmonia, I suppose you'd need to go through Highland. Well, anyway. We've got this nice place to stay. Who needs an inn? I apologize for having kept you waiting. Do you have business here? Well, how should I put this?
Well, state our business. What are you waiting for?
Well, that's, we were hoping we could stay the night here. Pardon? Well, this woman, Sierra, says she's gonna spend the night. Could you put us up for the night?
You're traveling with Lady Sierra?
Please, wait just a moment. I'll see if we can accommodate you. Huh? He sounded like he knew you or something. Do you know someone here?
Quite. You could say that we're old friends.
Old friends, huh?
Did you just emphasize the word old?
No, not at all. You must have been imagining things. Hey, I apologize for the wait. My master welcomes you. Please do come in. I'm saved. I really owe you one, buddy. Pardon? Nothing. I was just talking to myself. Come on, Sierra, let's go in. A hot bath would really do the trick right about now. I'm covered in dirt from all this traveling. Ugh, I can't wait to wash it all away. Come on, Sierra, hurry it up. Get a move on.
Really, what an impulsive man you are.
We were shown into the lavishly decorated mansion. I'll guide you to your room. Please, this way.
Hi, Thason.
I can do it. No one understands the plot to Baccano. Now this is what I call a room. The furniture must be worth a pretty penny. And what do you know about furniture? Though this room is not bad, I suppose. Please use this room as you wish. The bath is being prepared in another room. Good work. I trust that a meal will be offered after the bath. Don't you think that's asking a bit much? It wouldn't kill you to show a little self-restraint, would it? Please pardon me. Arrangements will be made immediately. You say that, but you're not any better yourself. Well, this all seems totally normal. Sort of incredible that a visual novel could have such terrible load times. Ugh, finally washed off all that dirt. I feel like a new man. If I had to carry that luggage of yours one more day, I'd have shriveled up and died. Nash is pretty hot. You gotta admit it. After we eat, I'm ready to just sink into that soft, fluffy bed and get some sleep. That might be hoping for too much. Huh? Call it a young maiden's intuition. Young maiden? You're alarmingly old. Ow! Do you always hit people that hard? Only those who are apparently incapable of understanding human speech. I like the young maiden thing in particular because it calls back to her scene with Siegfried.
Excuse me. I've brought you some beverages. The meal will be ready shortly.
Wow, you guys sure are polite here. Thanks. Your hard work is appreciated. Otsukare-sama desu. By the way, how do you open the windows in this room?
You can't open the windows? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. It seems I was in such a rush to prepare your room that I forgot to unlock the windows.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Miss,
Oh, I'm called Ayana. If there's anything I can do for you, please just let me know.
We're the ones at fault, showing up out of the blue like we did. I don't mind leaving the window closed, it's fine.
No, it's entirely my fault. Please forgive my negligence. I'll go get the key right away. Otherwise, you won't be able to let in any fresh air.
Oh no, we have to be gross. We need the luck point. You know, you can give me your room key too.
Not likely. Please don't make fun of me. I'll go get the key as quickly as I can, so please hold on a second.
Windows 95 PC port. There was no PC port of this though, right? I mean, you never know. It is lore accurate for Nash, that's true. I always try to make Nash a little less Nashy, I guess. But from what we see of him in Suikoden 3, it's definitely canon. My goodness, that did not go so well. I don't like that the translators chose to make Sierra speak like this. I understand why, because she probably uses a very polite register, but I don't think not using contractions in English makes you sound formal. It just makes you sound weird, like an alien. That's putting it politely.
It's only to be expected from someone as polite as me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I apologize for making you wait. The meal has been prepared. Please come to the dining room. The audio balance is still fine, right? I just want to make sure that I'm audible above the soundtrack. I didn't actually check this when I was setting it up. Wow, this guy must be loaded.
Do not stare like that. You obviously weren't brought up very well.
I may not look like it, but I actually had a pretty good upbringing. Alright then, no sense in waiting. Let's eat.
Please, show some restraint. Wolfing down your food like that, you're no better than a dog.
Huh? You're the one who has a problem with kobolds. You should dig in too, Sierra. Aren't you gonna eat? It's good.
Do not talk with your mouth full.
Don't worry over the little things. I always enjoy your food. That's the way it's done in the Latchkey household.
Would you like more soup?
Oh, yes, please.
You sure seem to be enjoying your food. It was worth making it just for that.
You made this?
I just helped. Oh my, you've got some food on your face.
Thanks.
You're in such a rush, but don't worry, your food isn't gonna run away. Please wait while I prepare another serving.
You seem to be enjoying yourselves. Would you care for some wine?
By all means.
Certainly.
By the way, butler, is there something wrong with your master? It's been so long since I saw him last, I was hoping to get the chance to see him again.
I'm terribly sorry. At the moment, my master's busy attending to an urgent matter that requires his attention. He asks me to give you his regards, Lady Sierra.
Is that so? I came all this way to visit him, and this is the reception I get? How cold. Nonetheless, this is a very nice mansion. It's well maintained.
I'm honored by your praise.
The tower in the middle of the mansion. What do you use it for? It's quite large.
It is a place of worship. Our master is a very devout man. The view from up there must be amazing. Could I go up and have a look tomorrow? I'm very sorry, but you may not enter the tower without the master's permission.
Does your master go into the tower often?
Yes. It is a place where he can be alone, to meditate and reflect.
Nigh, Mr. Thiessen.
Oh, I'm stuffed. My compliments to the chef. His cooking would be a huge hit even in Crystal Valley. I'm pleased it was satisfactory.
Yes, that was quite a feast. Please convey my gratitude to the chef and your master as well.
It would be my pleasure. I'll give your message to my master tomorrow if circumstances permit.
So am I to assume that I'll not be speaking to him tonight?
Well, have a little restraint for once, Sierra. He'll upset your stomach.
You're one to talk. Who are you lecturing me on? Who are you to lecture me on restraint?
And then they had a regular night's sleep and left in the morning. Well, who do we think this is? Probably Ayane.
Shouldn't we inform the master of the Founder's presence?
It doesn't matter. It will all be over by tomorrow. You'd better not mess up.
Understood. Well, I think I'll go to sleep soon. You be sure to get a good night's rest, too.
Well then, I'll just,
This is a big room, but there's only one bed.
Yeah, so...
You seem to be expecting that we'll be sharing the bed, but are you prepared for what that means?
Prepared?
Were you not the one who said there should be some sort of dessert after dinner?
Dessert? You mean blood? I'll take the couch.
Wimp. Yoamushi.
I put out the lights, and Sierra and I fell asleep in our respective beds. In the dead of night, I awake with a start. Something doesn't feel right. In the military, you develop certain senses. I'm trained to wake up at the slightest hint of bloodlust, no matter how deeply asleep I am. Sierra. Sierra!
Be silent. I'm awake.
Do you feel that? Somebody's coming.
I take it you did not order room service.
What kind of room service emanates bloodlust like that? There are 2, 3, maybe 4 people. They're trying to conceal their footsteps, but they haven't received much training.
You got all that from the sound of their footsteps. Not bad for a human.
I'm honored by your compliment. By the way, Sierra, your old friend, by any chance is he...
Of course. Did I forget to mention that we're of the same race? The only business I have is with him. I'll leave it the lowly ones to the lowly you.
So this was your plan all along.
Indeed. As you are a seeker of the true runes, you should know.
Know what?
True rune bearers are no ordinary foes.
I see. I'll have to remember that. I put my ear to the floor and focused on the sound of the footsteps. By judging the intervals between strides and the way the floor creaked, I could estimate their weight and height. Even though they tried not to, they made some noise. They proved themselves amateurs after all. We don't have any time to set elaborate traps. We'll have to work with what we have on hand. I'll have to show off my brains and skill here. I'd be in real trouble if you ever used them. Calmly, I looked around the room. In the bathroom, there's still some water left in the bathtub. Next to it is a full-length mirror. Well then, I'll... turn over the bathtub. I quickly dragged the bathtub out of the bathroom and carefully turned it over. So much for keeping quiet. The door flew open with a bang, and they poured into the room. Why'd they even bother to try to conceal their footsteps? I think we've seen sinks elsewhere in the Suikoden universe. With the water on the floor, I could determine my enemy's position by the sounds they made. I aimed my right hand at the floor and reached into my sleeve with my left hand. Using my spring-operated dart launcher, I fired an iron dart straight into the floor. Stoing! Sierra!
No way. I'm not wasting my energy on these lowlives.
Don't be stupid. Come on, hurry up.
Stupid? How rude.
Hurry up and just do it, you old bat. Jeez. Huh? Sierra shoved me aside, flinging a bolt of lightning. Sure, she'd hit me. Oh, sure she'd hit me. I tried to get out of the way and saw the intruders had been burnt to a crisp. She defeated them all with a single hit. Got her aim, though. Sierra, you trying to kill me?
You are alive, are you not? Your cloak should be enough to protect you from this sort of lightning.
Well, a victory is a victory, I guess.
Thanks to me. By the way, this is not time for idle chatter.
Huh? Eh? Oh. Bad news. They're zombies. The undead.
Wretched creatures.
Wow, this is some friend you've got. Are we gonna kill the undead?
When dealing with evil or the black arts, the answer is simple. Burn them until they're not but ashes.
So? Why are you taking it so leisurely? Okay, we gotta use a talisman. Somehow the window had been sealed with a magical barrier. Oh, that's what happened. It's not my style to do things slapdash as this, but I don't have any other choice. I whip a dancing flames talisman out of my pocket. I've been saving this. Burn them to ashes! Dancing flames!
Oh, well done. Nice and crisp. You're so stingy, you should have just used it from the beginning.
I said that I was saving it. I only have one of these left.
I see.
So, let's go greet the master of the mansion. He's been such a gracious host, we have to return the favor. For once, I know, I never use them, but I think Nash comes with them equipped in 3, which I think is cute. We headed to the 3rd floor, leaving the guest room on the 2nd floor behind. The entrance to the tower where Sierra's old friend was waiting is probably on this floor. Translators had a little bit of trouble keeping consistent tense in the English. Looks like there's a path here. To find our dear guests in a place like this in the middle of the night. I'm afraid this is terribly awkward. We've been invited to a party. Your master didn't want us to leave without saying hello.
Enough of this farce, butler. You are little more than a puppet. I have no need for you.
My master is unlikely to grant you an audience, particularly as he's not aware that you're visiting us at all, Lady Sierra.
Oh, perhaps you are more than a mere butler. But your decision not to report my presence to your master will only work to my benefit.
I cannot allow my master to come into contact with the Founder. Take your leave of this place. The butler's fingernails grew into sharp claws. There isn't a single opening in his stance. He seemed different from the stiff zombies from before.
I'll leave him to you, Nash.
Yeah, leave him to... What? Give me a hand here, Sierra.
No, I've used too much of my power already.
Cease your blabbering. The butler's claws cut through the air. I jump backwards, narrowly avoiding his attack, and quickly pull out a talisman from my pocket. I guess it can't be helped. Take this! I'll burn you to a crisp! Dancing flames! Damn it! You! To me! A faint light radiated from the talisman I held, but...
Hurry up! He does not seem to be burning. A while ago you did say that you'd been saving that talisman.
The talisman I'd taken out fluttered uselessly to the floor. You dare threaten me? Unforgivable. Yurusenoi. His claws slashed at me with superhuman speed and power. I somehow managed to avoid them, but if he keeps this up, I'll be driven into a corner. In that case... does not appear that either of these choices matter, so let's attack with some darts. I guess there's no avoiding it. I'll take you on. Come on! That's true, Guntetsu would be very useful. We could also maybe blind him with the reflection off of his head. Pointing my right hand at the butler, I ready my left hand in preparation for the attack. Have at you! Just before the butler carves through my body, I pull the trigger of the dart launcher hidden in the glove of my right hand, firing an iron dart at the butler. Yah! You're a clever one. Yah! How's that? The rest are made of silver. That should be a little effective, right?
What could you possibly defeat with that?
Oh, come on, it was a good idea. The butler had fallen down, but he slowly stood back up. The wounds he'd taken from the darts had already begun to heal. Seems it's time for round 2. I've had it with you. Oh man, this is bad. Sierra, help me out here.
No, I need to conserve my energy.
Say what you like, it's all pointless if we die here.
You'll manage somehow.
Somehow? That's so irresponsible. It was then that I noticed the butler's attacks had stopped. This begins to bore me. That's so. Well, you're certainly not lacking in confidence, are you? Well then, how about this? The butler opened his mouth and out came a piercing wail, sending a shockwave at me. Damn it. There's no way he'll falter and miss me. As he struck a blow, I quickly drew a knife from the holster on my left hand and somehow managed to block the force of his claws, but not his murderous intent. I'd hoped you'd catch them. And now, the finishing blow. His strength is inhuman. His claws inch closer and closer toward the tip of my nose. Hey, you're forgetting something. The founder, you mean? Regrettably, she seems to have disappeared. Seems you've been abandoned, poor thing. How pitiful. Now, resign yourself. It's almost time. Huh? Gentle light radiated from the magic circle drawn on the floor, shining on my back and enveloping the room. As the rays of light touched the butler, he cried out in agony. You're strong, but not strong enough. The butler's body began to crumble and soon vanished. Once the light had faded, Sierra emerged from the shadows in the corridor.
Well, well. He was shivering when he first saw you take out that talisman, but he ignored it when he thought it didn't work. What a fool.
Yeah. I picked up the exorcism talisman from the floor. It had a dramatic effect on the undead, but its flaw was the amount of time it took to activate. I actually wanted to save it for this master guy.
You might as well have thrown it away. A talisman of that level would have little effect upon him. Even if you did bring it with you, he would just laugh at you. Well, let's go.
A reunion with an old friend, huh? Yeah, well, Harmonia's got stuff that we don't know about, I suppose. At the end of a corridor on the third floor, I opened the door that seemed to be the entrance to the tower. Looking at what lies in front of us, I can't help but sigh. Before us is another door, made of steel that looms over me. I cautiously approach the door and give it a push. It doesn't budge an inch. There doesn't appear to be a handle or a keyhole of any kind, so I can only conclude that it's some sort of portcullis. I look around for something to lift it with, but can't find anything. Maybe it can only be opened from the other side. What should we do? There are probably still zombies coming after us. We've gotten this far. We aren't leaving until we meet the master of this mansion. I've got a favor to ask Sierra. Oh no. I just want to look at something. Oh no, never mind. I just wanted to make sure I didn't make a mistake with our path, but I didn't.
What is it?
I'm gonna blow up this door, but it'll take me a while to prepare, so...
I sense the approach of a group of the undead coming our way. I assume it's about that?
Can you do something about it?
You ask such troublesome things. I can conjure up a barrier around this door to ward off evil, but it'll only last a short while. Will that be sufficient?
I'll manage. Sierra, I'm counting on you.
Admirable words coming from you. How ominous.
This is the one who usually responds to requests with,
I don't wanna. That is because you're never serious. I cannot abide insincere requests. But this time is different.
I took out some wire, paper, and gunpowder from my cloak. Over the course of 2 years, I was trained in the secrets of gunpowder and gunmaking by the Howling Voice Guild, an organization that holds a unique position in Harmonia. It was an art I'd practiced until I thought I'd vomit blood. I never got to become a gunner and be chosen by a gun, but I did learn the art of gunpowder. I could use what I'd learned to blow up this big door. I don't carry around large quantities of gunpowder, though. I'll just have to work with what I have.
The barrier's complete.
Hey, don't lean on me. You'll throw me off.
Sorry, but I need you to lend me your back. I've used too much of my power tonight.
You can rest if you want. I'll wake you up when I'm done. We still have work to do, right? Measuring out the exact amounts of gunpowder necessary, I wrap it in paper. It will only work if I set them up at the right locations around the door and make them all go off at once. We just had a battle with the butler. Beyond Sierra's barrier, the undead groan. I try to focus on my task, but it's not going very well. Hey, Sierra.
What?
You never mentioned how you met this guy.
Your chatter never ceases, does it?
That's cold. Well, I don't think this choice matters. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Even though this is really the most Nash response. Alright, we'll do this. Is he an old lover?
Lover? And if he was, what would it matter to you?
What would it... Yeah! I stubbed my finger.
Hey, should you not keep working?
Yeah.
Well, I might as well tell you an old story. Just ignore me if you have no interest. Whether or not you listen is your own choice.
This hole, it's so small. Not easy to get this through. Time for Sierra story time. It means I have to do this all in her voice.
I was cursed with one of the 27 true runes, the Moon Rune. When my body changed into something not human, it was impossible for me to live with normal people. I didn't become the master of the Moon Rune. Rather, it was the Moon Rune that became my master. Day after day, the rune's evil hunger racked my body until even reason seemed madness. I did the only thing I could. I escaped into a forest, seeking land where no humans dwelt. Deep, deep in the forest, I built a cabin. It was small, with only one window, and not a single piece of proper furniture, but it was enough. I could live there alone peacefully. So I lived there alone for many, many years. For decades I lived by myself, with no one to talk to, counting the years by the forest's changing colors. And so I lived, the days indistinguishable from years, until he appeared. If it was by the will of the gods, then I cursed them. But at that moment I was overcome with happiness. Guided by the trees of the forest, I timidly stepped outside my cabin. The man sat resting his back. The man sat resting. Jesus. The man sat resting his back against a tree. His long silver hair flowed down past his waist. He was beautiful, like a knight from the fairy tales I'd heard back when I was still human. He'd been attacked by an animal or a monster that left a deep wound across his chest. I approached him and he spoke, his every breath filled with pain.
Who?
I was scared. It had been hundreds of years since I had spoken with anyone.
Where am
I...
Please. Near here. There's a carriage. Milady.
A carriage? But... I do not sense the presence of any humans, aside from you.
Please. Milady.
A carriage. I understand.
I think Sierra comes from further afield than that. Originally. Like, I'm not even sure that her place here is in the Junin Republic.
I'd gone to such lengths to avoid humans, but I cannot deny the fact that my heart was nearly bursting with joy. I thought I'd forgotten how to speak. I searched the forest. I wanted to grant the knight's request. I wanted to fulfill the wish of a human. I soon discovered the carriage and the remains of a woman. I returned to the knight.
Milady, you... I see.
Are you okay?
It seems my life is at its end. What a waste. I couldn't even protect Milady. Now I can't even get my revenge. Dying here is maddening. It's maddening. What was my life for? What did I learn the art of the sword for? What was the point of the oath I swore? Damn this place. I'm cursed. My whole life is cursed. I do not fear death. This is my fate. I accept it. Even so, this is a disgrace. Upon my honor. It's maddening.
As he spoke, the knight started crying. Genuine tears of sadness. At that moment, I felt sorrow, whether it was because I was about to see a human I'd spoken with disappear, or because I hated him for obtaining the gift of death that I wished for. Even now, I still don't know. Before I realized what I was doing, I found myself nestled close to the knight. Life and death. Both are prisons of darkness. But I say there's still good reason to keep you here on this earth.
What are you?
This abominable curse that my body is under. It is a hollow life, but was the first time I drank the blood of a human. Although I knew that I should not spread the curse, I acted out of compassion. But what I felt then, it was not true compassion. I took the man's blood and gave him mine. Our blood mixed and became one, and so was born one who shared the same fate as I. The man said his name was Reen Schwarzer. No. And he regained consciousness while his wounds began to heal. Oh. As he regained consciousness and while his wounds began to heal, I told him of my tale. The day after he learned what had happened to him, he disappeared. I waited for him. I kept waiting, even while thinking that he might never return. Oh, come on. But as far as I was concerned, I had plenty of time to spare. Before long, Reen returned. He didn't talk about what he'd been doing. Whether he'd pursued his responsibilities or his revenge, I did not know. And I did not want to know. After that, we spent many long years together. Together, we found hidden strength in ourselves. What I could not understand on my own, I discovered with Reen, and I was happy. And so we spent 1,000 days of rain, 1,000 days of wind. Time flowed by slowly for a long time. Over the course of an eternity, Reen and I met more and more people who came to the forest seeking deliverance. At those times, I gave life to those who rejected death. Little by little, our circle grew bigger. Before we knew it, our gathering was a village. We named it the Village of the Blue Moon. By that time, I'd finally become someone who could truly be called the master of the moon rune. Thanks to Reen's help. In the center of the village, we built an altar and enshrined the rune there. This way, the villagers were able to live under the rune's protection, away from the eyes of humans. Everyone thought that we could continue living contentedly that way. But living as we did, I'd forgotten. Or I'd tried to forget how the hearts of humans change. How they were made of the most fragile glass in the world. The incident happened without warning. One of the villagers stole the moon rune and ran away to the outside world. His name was Necklord. It had not been long since he had joined us, but he was a young, good-natured fellow, liked by all, even me. I was still protected by the rune as the founder, but the same did not hold true for the other villagers, and after Necklord stole the rune, they began to experience perishing, true death. You may find it hard to believe, but almost all of the villagers accepted death peacefully. Maybe they were tired of living, I don't know. I apologized as they endured the excruciating pain, but some even smiled as they left me behind. However, some refused such a death and ran away to the outside world. Reen was one of them. After losing the protection of the rune, there was only one way the villagers could survive: to accept the curse of vampires and feed on the blood of humans. By stealing the souls of humans, they could cling to their lives for all eternity. Crude, ugly, despicable. That is what Reen has chosen to become. And that is why I must kill him with my own hands. I gave him life. I shared a life with him. I will not let him sully those memories.
Sorry for the wait, Sierra. I'm done.
You fool. Because you took so long, I've said so much. Too much.
Sorry about that. But actually, I was focusing so hard at the end there, I wasn't really listening.
How very like you.
So we know that Necklord already existed in his current form during Ted's era. So Sierra's been separated from the Moonrune for a really long time. A really long time. We broke through the iron door and climbed a spiral staircase beyond to the top of the tower. Before us lay a solemn chapel. They have similar taste in music, it seems. Sierra.
Reen.
Illuminated by the moonlight streaming through the colorful stained glass windows sat the figure of an elegant young man, quietly playing a pipe organ. I wondered who was making such a racket at this time of night, but I must say I never expected it to be you, Sierra.
It's been a long time, Reen.
Do you like Castlevania?
I did not know where you'd gone, but now I've finally found you.
I see. Since then. I wonder how much time has passed. These days without you.
Stop spouting nonsense. The transient life I gave you, I will have you return it here.
Is that so? I see. How like you. How very like you, Sierra.
You've preyed on humans. For the sake of pleasure and prolonging your own life, you devoured the blood of humans and toyed with their lives. What you have done is unforgivable.
That is the true form of the Moonrune. We are vampires, Sierra. This is the way it should be. You know how it feels. That sweet, pleasant taste. When you drank my blood.
Silence!
Sierra, why? Why must we live in fear? Why must we, who are not human, have human hearts? What is the reason for that? Why must we, with our bodies brimming with power, hide like creatures of darkness when we're superior to humans? Sierra, don't tell me you still pretend you're human. Poor Sierra.
I told you to stop spouting nonsense. Have you forgotten? That day, you said, if this is my fate, I accept it. Did you not? And though you said that, you still fight for life when you should have returned it to me. If you could not do that, then the only thing waiting for you is perishing. Now there's only one choice left.
Sierra. Sierra.
I will chant the song of evanescence. Your transient life is over.
Such cold words in my last moments.
Thank you, Reen. Those days we spent together, I was truly happy.
Uh-oh. Can't be.
Usoda. Reen, you planned this from the beginning.
Sierra! His meek manner, his provocative outburst. It had all been for this moment. He knew that he couldn't overpower Sierra, the founder. So to survive, he took Sierra's blood. His goal had been to steal her power. Her blood drained, it seemed Sierra couldn't move. Holding her, he slowly turned towards me with an evil grin. Time for the techno remix. You're still here, human. Leave now and I'll overlook your mistake. You bastard! What are you planning to do with Sierra? Don't worry. She'll live here with me. She was my master, but now I am hers, and she is my follower. It's thanks to Sierra that you were able to live as long as you have. And I'm grateful for that. Thanks to her, I can enjoy life eternal and taste true pleasure. My back is burning. The cursed blades that were concealed there were responding to my anger, urging me to draw them out. But I can't give in to them. If I draw those swords, I'll lose sight of myself. I'll be blind with murderous rage. What's wrong, human? Aren't you going to come at me? Or are you frozen in fear? It's okay. I don't blame you. A mere human without the protection of a true rune cannot possibly hope to best me. I don't want to admit it, but he's right. I even had trouble with the common undead. What should I do? Alright, time to check our equipment. I don't have any talismans left. I only have a little bit of gunpowder. 3 darts are loaded in the gauntlet. I also have some wire on my left hand, and daggers concealed in both of my boots. What are you looking at, human? Before I knew what was happening, Reen was next to me. He raised his hand and a shockwave hit my entire body so hard I was flung across the room and into a wall. Ah! My whole body is aching. None of my bones seem to be broken, but how long will that last? I stand up and ready myself. You still wish to go on? I scowl at Reen. He's still holding Sierra in his left arm. Is he trying to say he can beat me one-handed? Human. This has nothing to do with you, does it? I told you I would let you leave. It would be best for you to just walk away. Why oppose me? It's for the sake of justice! Could you repeat that? Shut up! Even I'm a bit embarrassed for saying it. All right, then. Let's go, defender of justice. Oh, shit. Reen's right hand shone with a radiance that distorted the surroundings. The air trembled as I leapt away from the shockwave, creating a gaping hole where I'd been standing. Can you dodge the next one as well? We love the ally of justice. Once again, he attacks me with a shockwave. I dodge it by a hair's breadth, thinking to counterattack Reen, but my right shoulder is grazed and I'm sent flying in the opposite direction. Ugh, too close for comfort. What happened to that confidence of yours?
Shockwaves struck me, one after another. I avoid taking the blow straight on, but the way things are going, I'll be finished before long. I belatedly realize that he now has me cornered.
There's nowhere to run. This is the end.
You shouldn't use such cheesy one-liners.
When you say it's the end, it never is. That should be... Well, I don't know what it should be. I'd have to see the original line.
I raised the left hand above my head and with a flick of my wrist shot an anchored wire out of my sleeve to wrap around the railing on the terrace above. Tugging at the wire with all my strength, I used the recoil to pull myself up through the air and onto the terrace.
How agile we are.
Somehow I'd managed to escape my predicament. I'd probably bought myself a little time, but will it be enough to set up more tricks? While I thought about these things, I ran up the stairs that led outside the dome. He's slow. Does he think I escaped? Or did he lose his nerve?
Who lost his nerve?
Raising my eyes, I found Reen, still holding Sierra in his arms, floating above the dome, bathed in moonlight. The power of magic.
You're an interesting fellow for a human. What have you got up your sleeve this time?
Well, I haven't figured that out just yet.
A magician never reveals his secrets, hmm?
Gliding smoothly, Reen closed the gap between us. If I get caught by that right hand of his, I'm as good as dead.
Good heavens, you're a quick one.
And here's the next one. I'd hoped to catch him off guard by suddenly firing a dart at him, but he just casually brushed it off.
Is that the best you've got?
But I, not waiting for him to speak, had run to the opposite side of the dome.
This game of tag is over. The life you possess is limited, human. Embrace the little time you have left.
Reen swung his right hand down at me, only to suddenly pull it back in midair. The recoil knocked him off balance.
What?
A strong but thin steel wire, spun using a special harmonian technique, bound Reen's right hand to the top of the dome, preventing it from moving freely. To make this trick work, I'd intentionally sacrificed that dart. Twisting my body, I reached out towards Reen's face and ignited the gunpowder.
Ugh!
Since his right hand was tied up, he had to loosen his grip on Sierra to try to protect himself. I dashed forward and caught Sierra, but the shock of the explosion blew us back. I'm counting on you. Sierra and I rolled down the dome. Just as we were about to roll off the dome and into the air, I thrust a dagger into the roof with my right hand. My hand shook under the impact and the combined weight of two people as I struggled to keep my grip on the hilt, praying to the gods it would hold. That was lucky. Trying to get a handle on the situation, I checked to see how Sierra is doing. Sierra's body is lifeless. Reen must have stolen nearly all of her power.
Ugh. Human! I will not forgive you. I will not forgive you for this.
I managed to shield Sierra from Reen's terrifying attack, but there's no time to escape and Reen sees me instantly.
Ugh. Ugh. Where is he burying his face? Human. Squeal. Groan. Whimper. Where is he burying his face? The more unsightly your cries, the better.
Ugh.
Foolish human. Did you really think you were a match for the King of Darkness? Suffer. Suffer. Mourn your wretched life. You're the foolish one. I tire of your incessant chatter. I will shut your mouth once and for all.
Ugh. Sierra. Why? Your arm around me. It was as warm as before. It felt like I was in a familiar dream. So why did you let go?
I see. You drank his blood.
Because I could never beat you on my own. Gods, spirits of the dead, I beseech you, have mercy on this being and forgive him.
Sierra, please, wait.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, the spirit to the place of rebirth.
I just wanted to go back.
I pray, let this being in under the light.
To live with you in that forest forever. That's why. Eternal life.
Farewell, Reen.
Sierra.
Reen,
With Reen destroyed, it seemed the undead in the mansion had shared the same fate. As the morning dawned, we left behind the mansion that had finally gotten its serenity back after many years. Sierra, let's go.
all right.
Hey, that was different. Hey, I said...
You're so obnoxious. Do you not have even one word of kindness for a young woman lost in sentiment?
Would it help you if I did?
It was foolish of me to expect anything else from you.
Hey, why are you mad at me? Wait a minute. Hey, am I supposed to carry this again? Wait up! And so I wound up carrying both Sierra and her luggage again. We walked for a full day, and it was nearly dusk before we finally came across an inn on the main road. We stayed the night there. I was exhausted from fighting the night before. Oh, maybe this is the White Deer Inn. Oh, it is. Silly me. As soon as I got into the room, I collapsed on the bed without even eating dinner. When I woke up, it was the middle of the night. I raised myself up and saw Sierra sitting at the window, dimly lit by a lamp.
Are you awake?
Yeah.
Dinner's over. The landlady was celebrating her complete recovery.
I totally forgot about this.
It was quite an extravagant affair.
But see, it was a whole extra day's journey to the White Deer Inn. I see. That's too bad. Wait, so shouldn't they have been in the inn at the same time as Rio and company? Oh yeah, of course they are. No, wait. Hold on. We'll figure that out in a minute.
Hey, Sierra. The 27 true runes. That power. Is it a burden? It's your job to find out the answer to that question, is it not?
Yeah, I guess so.
But for me, it's just a job.
For you, it's destiny.
I'm grateful to the moon rune. These long years I've lived were not all filled with pain. Even if you'll always
be alone?
Yes. Time does not pass for me as it does for humans. Hey, Sierra. I'm saying if
I've lived long enough as a human and no longer have any interest in that, I'm fine with walking down the same path as you.
I told you before, did I not? You're not my type. But I'll still accept those feelings.
What? Wait a minute, hold on. I take it back. I wasn't thinking. I can't move my body.
You do not know when to give up. Now, I have a valid reason to feed.
Stop! You gotta do that once as a favor. Not another drop of blood. Ugh, that was terrible. Hey! But... It would be kind of fun if they could access the mansion. So, but since they're celebrating her recovery, oh yeah, that's a very funny bit when you do that play. Nash says she doesn't keep promises, but it seems pretty clear that he's a vampire by that time. The next morning, when I woke up, Sierra wasn't in her bed and her luggage had disappeared. Typical of her not to say goodbye. Well, that's fine with me. At least now I can finally bid farewell to all that luggage. Jeez. The information I got about the true runes. Ah!
Sorry, baggage boy. The truth is, aside from the moon rune, I do not know much about the true runes. After all, I was in that forest for a long time.
I have to manually advance it, but I wanted to let the song play a little longer. All right, so that was chapter 1. Let's have a little save. And let's see how long it. Oh, we just had an ad, but I am gonna take just a couple of minutes to like rest my voice and drink some water. So I will be back shortly. So see you in a minute. Oops, I accidentally hit the button when I picked up the controller. Anyway, we're back and ready for Chapter 2 of Suikogaiden Volume 1. After losing Sierra, my only clue, I continued on to my original destination, Muse, the capital of the city-states of Jostin. You there. Hold on just a moment. In the end, I hadn't learned anything about the true runes. It seems I'll have to start all over again. Truth be told, I'm getting a little worried. You're holding up the people behind you, so get a move on. First thing I need to do is make contact with my liaison here and receive my orders. It's absolutely necessary that I use everything at my disposal to get results this time. But even if I say that... Is this Nanami? I think it's Nanami.
Hey, old man.
Oh, no, it's Templeton.
Hey, old man. Stop daydreaming and show them your entry permit already. There's a ton of people behind you, so hurry it up.
Hey, who are you calling old man? I'm only 22.
Doesn't matter if you're 22 or 102, just get a move on.
At that point, I realized that the people lined up behind me were all glaring at me coldly. Flustered, I showed my entry permit to the gatekeeper. My entry permit had been made in Harmonia, so it wasn't easily discernible from the real deal. Sorry for the trouble. It's just that a couple of children were caught trying to sneak in with fake entry permits this morning. How they thought they could pass themselves off as adults is beyond me. But anyway, that's why we're all a little on edge. All right, you can pass. I passed the inspection without raising any suspicion and headed into the city through the grand gates. As I was walking toward the main street, the boy from earlier came up behind me. Oh, I remember how I usually do, Templeton.
Hey, mister. You're not from around here, are you? Your accent sounded a bit northern back there.
I'll have to be careful around this kid. The city was at war with Highland, an ally of my homeland, Harmonia. In other words, to the people of this city, Harmonians are just another enemy. I doubt I'd receive a warm welcome. Really? I've spent a lot of time in Harmonia. Guess I must have picked up a bit of an accent.
Oh, so you've been to Harmonia? I haven't traveled there yet, but I will eventually, of course.
You're traveling alone at your age?
My name isn't you know. Oh, haven't I introduced myself yet? I'm Templeton. My age has nothing to do with whether or not I'm traveling alone. Although, maybe because of my age, people are generally pretty nice to me, so traveling like this is rather convenient.
Oh? That's true, he does. So, well, I mean, assuming you actually go and find him. So, why are you traveling alone? You look like you should still be in school.
I travel to make maps. I'm going to map the entire world someday. It could take me my whole life, so I figured I'd better get started now, you know?
The entire world, huh? For a map maker, you're quite the romantic. I don't think I could handle it.
You? Don't even try. Recently, I've had to go back and update a bunch of maps. It's such a pain. Hey, you still haven't told me your name yet.
Okay, so I have to just say I'm Nash. Because otherwise I lose luck points. It does actually show them, okay. Yeah, he must be.
That's quite the name.
Is that a compliment? Muse has a population of about 13,000. Its mayor is a capable woman by the name of Annabelle. Although the city had technically agreed to a truce with Highland, Muse was nevertheless still in a de facto state of war. The condition of the buildings that line the street and the appearances of the people passing by lent credibility to the good stories I'd heard about the municipal government. As I walked along the white cobblestone street, I gazed at the city hall building that overlooked the houses and stores. By now it became obvious that the appearance of the Highland army at the border was causing tension.
So, why are you in Muse, Nash?
Well, let's just say I'm sightseeing.
Sightseeing at a time like this? You really are a strange one. The Highland army's at the border. Nobody knows if the war will start again for real, and here you are acting all laid back.
Well, if war does break out, I might be able to get a glimpse of this infamous Luca Blight character, so that'd be alright too.
Whoa, now that's going too far. You're not laid back, you're a complete idiot. The Mad Prince of Highland isn't something I'd want to see, even at a distance.
Jeez, you don't hold anything back, do you? Even if he is a mad prince, as you say, it's not like I'd turn to stone just by looking at him. No, you turn into a pig. And hightail it out of there the minute things got dangerous.
Determination is a good thing to have, but it's going to be your undoing. Well, I'm not staying in Muse if the Highland army shows up. I'm getting out as fast as I can. Can't finish my work if I die here, can I? By the way, Nash, have you decided where you're staying yet?
This is my first time in Muse. I haven't picked a place to stay. Do you have any suggestions?
No, this is my first time in Muse as well. That being the case, do you want to look around and see if we can find a place to stay? Share a room, split the cost?
Sure. We should be able to get a pretty decent room if we do that. Oh, that was quick. Why don't we stay at that inn? We went into the reasonable-looking inn we'd found in a little lane just off the main road. I'm ashamed to say it, but the truth is I don't have much in the way of money, and I was glad he'd suggested splitting the cost of a room. I guess, canon, we recruit Templeton too early. Part of it is that part of that is because it's been quite some time since I last had contact with Dominguez, my liaison. Though I'm called a special duty member, the Frontier Defense Force is more or less a mercenary organization. Aside from my wages and the initial mission funds, I have to pay all expenses out of my own pocket, and I'll only be rewarded upon successful completion of my mission. If this investigation goes on much longer with no results, I'll be up to my ears in debt. Times like these, when you're in the middle of an infiltration mission, they send your wages along with your mission orders, but I have to find my liaison first.
Hey, stop spacing out! Hurry up and sign the inn's register. It'd look weird if I sign it.
Sorry. It is a little suspicious for an adult man to be bringing a strange boy into this inn. Whatever. There was a bar on the first floor and rooms on the second. Behind the counter stood a woman who appeared to be the inn's proprietress. Oh, because he's, the Highland Army's no longer there. They burned it up. So it's safe. The sun was already setting, so the bar was filling up with people taking their seats. They mostly seemed to be common peddlers and the like, but near the counter sat two people who were, judging by appearances, mercenaries.
Don't worry, they won't get caught. Though we may need to think about heading south and Muse soon.
Do they have their entry permits?
You gave them to them, right? I didn't have time. I tried, but we only decided on the meeting place.
Well, have you talked to Annabelle about it?
Well, I'm sure they'll be fine even without the entry permits. It'll be fine. I'll go talk to Annabelle tonight.
You... just don't dredge up the past. We don't have any contact with the Tauren Republic anymore.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
I'd only been idly listening to their conversation while signing the guest register until that name caught my ear. He was going to talk to Annabelle. Did they know Annabelle, the mayor of Muse? To all outward appearances, they didn't look that important. But if I understood their conversation right, then Muse was hiring mercenaries. Not sure I'll be able to get anything useful from them if they're just drunkards. But it's not as if I have any other leads, so perhaps eavesdropping on them will give me one. Hey, Templeton. I'm gonna have a quick drink, so you go on and head up to the room. All right. Just for your information, I can't stand the smell of liquor, so don't drink too much. Well, see you.
It's not like we're going to be sleeping in the same bed, Templeton. Templeton left, heading up the stairs. I got a tankard of ale from the proprietress at the counter and took a seat behind the man that looked like a bear. I drank slowly, listening carefully.
But Annabelle's probably so busy right now her head's spinning. I doubt she's in any mood to be pestered by the likes of you.
Oh, god damn it, that was Flick.
Don't worry about it. I'll take some wine with me. It'll be like I'm bringing back a souvenir.
Scowling at my tankard, I focused my concentration on the two men. I see. Well, give her my regards.
You should come with me. That's okay if you're too busy.
Nah, unlike you, I have tact. I'm no good at such things. I'd just be in the way for you two.
Hey, what's with that remark? Her and we're not like that. I'm just a humble mercenary. I'm no match for the mayor of Muse. We just happen to know each other, that's all.
You're taking this unusually seriously. But if you think about it, it's obvious that you and a love affair aren't the best combination.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Like I want to hear that from Flick, the Blue Lightning who's pampered by women wherever he goes.
I can't do Victor today. What? Who's pampered, or even wants to be? Rather, are you one to talk? Lately, aren't you getting a little fat?
Anyone can see that this is muscle. Ugh! Whoa. Sorry. Hey, snap out of it.
You meathead. Hey, Leona. We've got an injured person here. Help.
Yeah, make room. Let's see. Oh my. You've ruined a good man.
A good man, I don't know.
Geez, drinking with those two. How reckless can you get?
Those two.
You know them? Yeah, that was Flick and Victor. I could never forget Victor's loudness. At any rate, that was a disaster, wasn't it?
You could have warned me a bit sooner. If you knew them, I would have thought you'd have said something.
I'm not much for stuff like that. I run into those two every so often. I don't stop and say hello every time. The big one was Victor, and the one wearing the bandana was Flick. They apologized profusely. They were the ones who carried you here.
I see. Ugh, but what an awful experience that was.
Bling!
In the end, Dominguez never showed last night. Could he have gotten caught up in some kind of trouble along the way? Panicked thoughts ran through my mind, even though I knew the chances of anything like them actually happening were slim. No matter what kind of battlefield it was, even surrounded by enemies on all sides, he would appear calm as you please with that innocent expression on his face. This is so funny when you know what Dominguez is. So, what was with this lack of news? Could he be doing it just to annoy me? Either way, can't be helped right now, nor can I just sit idly by and wait. Looks like Templeton's gone off somewhere, too. He's gone off to investigate the fort. Holding my still throbbing head, I got dressed and went downstairs.
Oh, it's you. You're looking better already.
She said it casually as she handed me a glass of vegetable juice, which I downed instantly. Well, he's not poisoned. I guess that's tomato juice. Was this an apology for last night? I'd like to go for a late breakfast, but my financial situation won't allow for it. During my aching head, I talked to the proprietress. Thanks. What happened to those two guys, anyway?
You mean Victor and Flick? They screwed something up, and a friend of theirs got tossed in jail because of it. They left to set things straight. Why? Are you out for revenge?
Oh, now, don't say such dangerous things.
All right. Well, they're not bad guys. They send their apologies. I'll introduce you when they come back. But despite the trouble, at least you're finally in Muse. As there's nothing else to do, why don't you go do some sightseeing? I'd like to clean the rooms in the meantime.
I guess I'll do that then. I just want to have a look at the cheat sheet here to make sure that I know what I'm doing luck-wise. I think that it shouldn't matter. Like, I do have 1 luck point to spare, but it doesn't matter. Oh. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll do that then. Alright, let's go sightseeing. It had been my intention to find out more about those two, but the proprietress had seen through me with startling alacrity, so I quickly made my exit. She was no ordinary proprietress, it seems. Although they say Jostin Hill is closed to the public, it can't hurt to take just a look around. The streets of Muse were as crowded as ever. Protected by Muse's towering walls, the citizens seemed unperturbed by the threat of an invasion by the Highland army. Even if there was a considerable difference in military strength, Muse would certainly be able to hold its own. It also seems as if quite a number of people have come to Muse seeking refuge. Highland's army was surely aware of this as well. If they've come to attack, there's no doubt it's the work of the mad prince Luca Blight. The gutless King Agaris would never have even thought of something like that. Luca Blight was a man of resounding military prowess, and his strategies were first class. His unrelenting charges were designed to trick his foes into thinking he was all brawn and no brains. How long would it take for the leaders of the Allied forces to notice? Well, it has nothing to do with me. Right now, my mission is to find out more about the true runes. So, where should I go? Let's see. Alright, we gotta head down one of the less crowded alleys. Now, if we had taken a different path up till now, we would be meeting Clive. But that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. We don't get the Clive and Elsa story this time. I had a flash of intuition and headed down an alleyway. It may be odd to say this about myself, but I certainly have a nose for trouble. So who do we meet instead? I walked for a while. Nothing happened. Had my intuition failed me? Huh? Suddenly, a huge white dog appeared before me. No, perhaps it's a wolf. It looked friendly enough, but what was a wolf doing down an alley in the middle of a city in the first place? As if it could sense my confusion, the wolf gave me an innocent look and then sprinted away. What in the world was that all about? In the end, nothing else happened nor caught my attention, and I made my way back to the main street. After I'd been walking along the street for some time, I saw a little girl who seemed to be looking for something. What's the matter? Are you lost? Where are your parents? Did you get separated from them? Oops. It was a girl who looked 5 or 6 years old. It was very strange. Though she didn't say a single word or even nod, it was as if that faint trembling of her body said everything on her mind. No, it was her eyes. I know what it takes to have eyes like that. What you must see.
her to have eyes like that. You're... Sorry. I'd instinctively reached out my hand to her and she'd flinched, frightened. My hands were tools made for killing. They weren't fit to comfort a child. You...
This is the most I ever like Pelika.
I see. You're a strong child. You're still capable of showing kindness to others. If only I could have been as strong as you, then Julie wouldn't have. Thank you.
I think this is Nanami.
Pelika!
Huh? Whoa. Nash getting knocked around by women all over the place.
Sorry, Pelika. It's all because of that stingy old man. If he just admitted defeat earlier, then it wouldn't have taken so long.
Hey.
Well, let's head back. We're already late. Joey's probably worried sick, huh?
Hey.
Huh? Oh. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice you at all.
Yeah, I got that. Just hurry up and get off me.
Hey, what were you doing down there anyway?
No, you see,
Huh? What's that? You were talking with this fellow.
You really understand her. You're like a mother to her, huh?
Mother? No way. I know I look older, but I'm only 16. We may not be related, but me and Pelika are just like sisters. Right, Pelika?
Well, you may not be her mother, but if you're gonna let her run about the streets like this, at least make sure she doesn't go into the back alleys. This is a dangerous place for a child alone. You better be careful.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Thanks for looking after Pelika.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's your name? Mine's Nanami. I'll treat you to a feast as thanks for looking after Pelika. Come to the inn where we're staying. I'm really skilled. Look forward to it. So, how about it? It's decided. Okay, onward to the inn. Let's go.
But, hey, you can't just say let's go and... Hey, let go of my arm. Hey!
all right, so we have the choice of whether to eat Nanami's cooking or not, and it actually doesn't matter for the path. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to eat the food or do you want to decline?
Oh, you're back already, Mr. Nash. Oh? And you're with Nanami and Pelika.
Yeah. This guy was nice to Pelika, so as thanks I want to throw a feast in his honor. You let me use the kitchen, right, Leona?
I don't mind, but... Are you really going to thank Mr. Nash here with your cooking?
So, you're called Mr. Nash. Well, Mr. Nash, the food will be ready in just a minute, so hold on tight. I'll whip you up a bowl of cha-cha-cha's papa.
All right, I look forward to it. She's gonna treat you, huh?
I don't really understand what's going on, but it seems like I've been getting a meal out of it somehow. I'm lucky. I smiled so broadly that my cheeks grew tight.
Thanks for waiting. Here it is, Nanami's special beef stew. Hurry before it gets cold.
Wow, done already? That sure was fast for a stew.
When it comes to cooking, speed is crucial.
Is that so? As she spoke, Nanami dished a generous helping of soup out into a bowl and then handed it to me, smiling sweetly.
Well, hurry and give it a try. It's absolutely, amazingly delicious, packed with nutrients. It's a perfect score. It'll pep you right up.
Wow, it sure smells good. Okay, I'll take you at your word. Huh? Just as I brought the spoon to my lips, my eyes met those of the proprietress who was watching with an intense look on her face. It couldn't be. All right, what do you guys think? Do we eat it? Do we not eat it? Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to click. Oh well. Nah, it's probably just my imagination. If someone can make a soup that smells this good taste bad, then they'd have to be some kind of genius. My hand had paused in doubt for a second, but I brought the spoon back to my mouth. Thanks for the food.
Go ahead.
Oh. Anita in the back there.
Kya! Mr. Nash! Mr. Nash!
I knew it. Say, Nash, hasn't anyone ever told you that nothing good ever comes of being too soft-hearted?
Occasionally.
Oh, that's right. This fell in through the window.
Huh? Oh. Finally, the orders from headquarters that I've been waiting for.
Ah, don't worry, I didn't read it. Have you no trust in me?
That's not what I'm worried about. This is bad. When did Dominguez come here? He just threw the letter in and disappeared? Some liaison. A bastard. Is he still holding a grudge about that other time?
Well, I'm gonna go get back to my work.
Forcing myself to stay calm, I waited until I was sure Templeton had gone downstairs before I carefully broke the seal. I already knew Templeton hadn't looked at it before he said anything. It had been sealed using a special method that caused it to burst into flames if it wasn't broken properly. A large number of troops are amassing along the Meuse Highland border. There are rumors that the Highland Army is planning to utilize the Beast Rune. Investigate this matter immediately. It's the usual kind of orders, vague without considering the circumstances. Perhaps I'm the only Defense Force member infiltrating this remote region, but man, they sure do work me hard. Well, no use complaining. So, the Beast Rune. As I understand it, in recognition of his achievements, Holy Harmonia gave Hyland in the Beast Rune, one of the 27 true runes, to Maru Blight, the first of the Blight royal family, and declared him protector of Harmonia. If it was used in this border dispute here, out in the frontier, it could upset the friendship between Harmonia and Hyland. Normally this would seem like a job for the regular army, but instead the orders have been passed on to me. If the information was wrong and the info about our Harmonian spy was leaked to Hyland, stuff like mobilizing the Frontier Force mercenaries. Wait, am I being used as cannon fodder? It's kind of a weird sentence. Anyway. Well, that's the line of work I'm in, I guess. Huh? Huh? Oh, no way. That's it? They didn't include any funds? That night, I took out my equipment and fixed it up a bit. As it has been a while since I'd used it, it was in desperate need of repair. Hey, Templeton.
What?
I gotta leave Muse for 2 or 3 days on some business. I'll leave as soon as I settle my tab.
Sure, that's fine. I can cover the cost of our lodging so far.
I can't be indebted to a kid.
Well, take care of yourself, alright?
Yeah, you too. Who would this be? It must be Joey.
It's okay, we'll be back before you know it.
Huh?
Don't worry and just wait for us. Okay, Miss Leona, please look after Pelica. I'm not very good with children, but I'm sure we'll manage somehow. Here now, Pelica, don't make such a face. You've got to send them off with a smile.
It looked like Nanami from yesterday and 2 young men were saying something to Pilica. I stopped to talk with Leona as the party passed me to make their way out of the inn. Do you have a minute?
Oh, Mr. Nash, are you heading out?
Yeah, for a bit. What's their story?
Those kids.
It's nothing, really.
They're just going out on a small errand.
An errand, huh?
But enough of that. You had some business with me, didn't you?
Yeah, you see... By the time I'd finished settling my tab at the inn and made my way outside, the kids were nowhere to be seen. I'd seen something like an expression of fierce determination on their faces, but now isn't the time to stick my fingers in other people's affairs. I pass through the gates of Muse and start walking toward the Highland border. During the journey, I stayed a night at the little inn I'd visited before and enjoyed their delicious meat pie. A few days later, I reached the checkpoint that separates Muse and Highland. This is where it gets problematic. Beyond the towering stone wall that separates the 2 territories the Highland Army is gathering. Even if I had an official entry permit, I doubt I'd be able to get through easily. If I start climbing the wall in broad daylight, I'll be caught straight away. But it would be tedious to wait until nightfall. Well, what should I do? Okay, so we need to talk the gatekeeper. So we miss out on Maximilian, which is too bad.
Hold on, sir. The Highland Army is currently mobilizing near this checkpoint, and as such, entry beyond this point is not permitted.
I'm aware of the current situation, but I have some important business I must attend to.
By order of the mayor, civilian passage has been prohibited. Please turn back.
Come on, there must be some way. Can't be stuck here forever. Do you understand?
If you don't have a special permit, I can't allow you to pass regardless of the circumstances.
Special permit? What's he talking about? Non-military wouldn't have anything like that. However, his tone of voice seemed to indicate a different meaning.
Oh, I get it.
That's what he's trying to say. Ah, yes, right. Special permit. How careless of me to forget. Here, will this do? While I was talking, I quickly slipped 1,000 poch into the soldier's hand. I didn't want to use the reserve money I'd stored away in my breast pocket, but it seems I don't have much of a choice. The soldier surreptitiously glanced about and checked the amount of poch in his hand before speaking to me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is certainly a special permit. Here, hurry on through now. We wouldn't want peddlers like yourself to lose their livelihood. Just stay away from the Highland camp.
Yeah, thanks. You can count on me. God damn it. Sorry, thank you.
Hey, let these guys in. They came to get some butter.
My jaw nearly dropped when I saw the 2 young men the soldier had brought with him, but somehow I managed to reply in a calm voice. Well, hurry up then. My shift's almost over. Those 2 boys, they were the kids I saw at the inn in Mews, weren't they? What kind of errands were they running for their task to bring them to a place like this? Luckily, they didn't know my face, and so they didn't blow my cover.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you guys.
Yes?
I guess it's my imagination. You could be spies with faces like that.
Not with giant sweat drops on them.
Hey, you guys, keep your spirits up, okay?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Ugh. For a moment there, I'd been beside myself with fear. Anyway, looks like those guys got their hands on some Highland uniforms and are putting them to good use. Something about this whole thing smells fishy. Please don't get caught. This place is getting dangerous. While I was fervently praying, they went about and finished their errand. It was exciting to see Rio say one word. This tent is rather suspicious. I'll take a quick glance around. Hey, this tent is made from a pretty thick fabric. And it's pitch black inside. And of course I don't have anything to light it up with. I'll just have to feel my way here. There doesn't seem to be anything of importance in here. Better hurry up and get out of here. There's some sort of commotion outside. Damn, looks like those guys were caught in spite of my prayers. I can't understand why Muse would use those kids as spies. Well, what should I do? Don't move a muscle. Well, there's no sense in running around in a panic. I'll just take a bit of a rest here until the uproar outside dies down. Thanks, J-Smoke, and thanks for telling me that I muted myself. I can't see anyone. Considering that whole thing with Sierra, I'm starting to wonder if I've run out of luck completely. No, I should stop that. I don't believe in things like fate or luck. I don't want to believe that all my encounters with death and survival of them is only the will of fate. In the darkness, I stare up at the ceiling, my thoughts spinning round and round. Gradually, it seemed to quiet down outside. Guess it's time to go. It seems like all the soldiers are gone. They must be chasing after those two kids. I feel bad for them, but this is my chance.
Hey, you there. Who are you?
Sir, I'm John. Sir.
Well, whoever you are, go assist them at the main camp. Captain Roud and his team have left to take care of some rats. Now he's without an aide and getting annoyed.
Understood. I shall do so with the utmost haste. I answered thus and began running towards what I hoped was the main camp. My mission wasn't over yet, not until I verified the existence of the Beast Rune. Is this it? This tent hadn't been here before and appeared to have been set up quite quickly. It seems likely. What am I going to say to the people inside? That I'm here to help? It'd be convenient if no one was in there. Well, no point in delaying. Let's see what's inside. Dun 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 dun. This tent is quite extravagant. There's even a plush sofa. Oops, this is no time to be so carefree. I need to hurry and... Huh?
I take it you'll be waiting here.
Yes, ma'am. Those are my orders. Well then, please excuse me.
There's quite the commotion outside. I do hope they manage to escape. Oh, who are you?
Ma'am. Well...
I was ordered to clean up here.
Oh, how unusual. Normally, my brother can't stand to have other people anywhere near his things.
Yes. But I've finished now. So if you'll excuse me.
You're finished? With this?
Oh, that's, I try to remember why she seems so familiar. Wait, isn't she Jillia Blight, the Princess of Highland? Well, this mission just took another turn toward the impossible.
In that case, why don't you put on some tea? I've talked so much, my throat is parched. It's not too much to ask, is it?
Yes, ma'am. For the time being, I'll have to be patient. Can't afford to slip up and reveal my true identity. Just remain calm. Here you are, ma'am.
Thank you.
I wonder what the noise outside is about.
I met a young man. It was entirely by coincidence. The expression on his face. I've never seen anything quite like it.
You're quite the young lady yourself, Princess Jillia.
You. Are you really a soldier here?
Well,
I hardly ever get to be just a girl.
If you don't have more use for me, things seem quite hectic outside, so...
Yes, I suppose so. The tea was quite delicious. Thank you.
No, please, it was nothing. Well then, if you'll excuse me. Uh-oh. Shit, this is boring. Damn that jousting pig of a woman. Does she plan on hiding in Muse forever? Lord Luca! Lady Jillia is waiting. Jillia, you say? She should have stayed in the capital. This is no place for idle gawkers.
It feels weird, honestly.
Jillia. So sorry to be causing you trouble. But I'm not interested in having that conversation again.
Brother.
Hey now. It's just been one thing after another so far. Now it's Luca Blight? Oh, yeah, this isn't dangerous at all. If I just take it nice and slow, maybe they'll let me leave. I'll just... Who the hell are you? Oh, whatever. You. Yes, sir? Ah!
Brother, what are you doing?
You. Wash away the blood from that sword and oil it. And when you're done, get me a drink. You'd better hurry. I'm in a good mood today, but there's no saying how long that'll last.
Yes, sir.
I don't think Luca has much respect for Jillia, as we learn.
So he wanted me to do maintenance. I doubt that. He'd thrown it with such tremendous force if I hadn't seen his feint. Well then.
Brother, you stink of blood. Still,
This smell is normal on a battlefield. If you don't like it, you should never have left the castle. This is no place for someone like you.
a battlefield. Battlefields are where wars are fought. Brother, that's not true in your case, is it? I met some boys from Kiaro who told me a story.
And if they spoke the truth, what then? Tell me, what has peace ever brought about? What has that spineless old man accomplished with his treaties with the city-states?
Well, you may have a point. Intentionally starting a war.
What I desire... Ugh, never mind, you don't understand this sort of lust, Julia.
But, brother, this won't bring our mother back. Ah,
Julia, your hair, your eyes, your lips. They're all that remain of our mother, and if it wasn't for that, then I would surely strangle you with both hands right now.
so brother's suffering, and to make it go away, well, I guess it doesn't matter.
I wish they'd done a slightly better job with this scene.
Ugh.
This is a fight between siblings. I shouldn't be watching this. Should I say something?
I have no time for these trifling matters. Hey, you! Bring me more wine.
Yes, sir. Regretfully, it appears we're all out, so I'll have to go to the storehouse. I'll just be a minute.
This is dangerous. I don't have enough lives to stay in this place. But it had worked. Now I just need to get outside.
Hey, what's your hurry? Hey! Don't struggle!
Uh-oh.
Silence. What do you want? Yes, sir. Lord Lucas, sir. I, Roud, have caught the city-state spy and brought him before Lord Luca. A spy? Interesting. Bring him to me.
That's the boy from earlier. Oh, if he recognizes me, what would he say? Oh, I give up. Now that I've come this far, I might as well see it through to the end.
Hey, hurry it up. Who are you? Let's see if you dare say your name.
Joey.
This bastard's from the same town as me. His name's Joey Atreides. Atreides? I know that name. That's the name of an influential family in Kiaro. Isn't that right, Julia?
I'm afraid I don't recall.
Yeah, that's right, Lord Luca. He's the eldest son of the Atreides family, although he's been disowned. Bring him here. You're that boy.
Ah.
But these loading times sometimes get a little...
I remember that face. You're that brat from the fortress. You're from a distinguished Highland family, but now you're a Jostin spy.
Shut up. It's your fault that Pilica can't talk anymore.
You've still got some fight left in you. And that black light earlier, was that your doing? Yeah, that was quite a remarkable experience. Where on earth did they get runes like that? I see that Sow and Muse finally has nothing left in her hand to play. Sending a brat like this.
Don't talk that way about Annabelle.
You know Annabelle. It seems that there's a reason after all. I just thought of something interesting. I'm giving you this dagger. Use it to kill Annabelle. It's a fitting end for a woman such as her.
You think I'd do that?
Boy, you betrayed the country you were born in, the town you lived in, and the family that raised you. What's this compared to that?
But
I see. Well, if that's how it is, then you, as well as the rest of the Atreides family, will be branded as traitors to the Blight royal family.
What? I've already cast aside the Atreides name. I cast aside that name.
Ha! You cannot cast aside the very blood that runs through your veins. Hey, you. Tie him up and throw him in the storehouse. Let him cool his head for a night and see if he changes his mind. But, Lord Luca. What? Never mind. It's nothing. I'll go lock him up. If you'll excuse me, sir. Hey, watch it. What are you in such a hurry for?
Letting a spy go. That's awfully kind of you. There's no guarantee that he'll actually kill Annabelle for you.
That's true, and it's fine. But his eyes shine with the light of ambition. In that sense, he's no soldier.
Is that so?
Don't frown your face so much, it doesn't suit you. Our talk is over, Gilia. Return to Le Renouille and keep that doddering old fool company a while longer.
Brother.
Finally. It seems like it's finally over. You wanted to play this game or Suikogaiden 2, Cyborg? I didn't think I'd make it through alive. Yep, well, it's coming. I hope the new version is good. But lucky for all of us, the old version will always exist. Carrying the evening's allotment of food, I entered the tent. I'd been posing as a soldier for a while, but I hadn't gotten my hands on any clues yet. Besides that boy, Joey had caught my interest. He was tied to one of the posts lodged deep in the ground that supported the tent. Hey, look, it's dinner. Eat up. I hope that's not Nanami stew. That would be worse than being tortured. Don't worry. It's not poisoned. We're the Highland Army. We wouldn't lay a hand on a kid when he's tied down.
Yeah, right.
What an awful thing to say.
We're not like those city-states guys. That wasn't an act of the city-states. Joey didn't even look up and just muttered those words. What in the world had happened to this boy? That? What are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about, but if I ask the right questions, I might find out. Interrogation's never been my strongest suit, but he's only a child after all. It should be simple enough. Even if I told you, would you even believe me?
Okay, I do have to do this.
Well, would you believe what I have to say? It was all Luca Blight's doing. The Unicorn Brigade wasn't attacked by the city-state soldiers. It was him. It was all Luca Blight's doing.
What's he saying? I'd heard about the Unicorn Brigade a lot when I was in Highland. Supposedly it was a tragedy where a youth force got wiped out in a city-state surprise attack. This boy, is he the rumored survivor? In that case, that means... Just what exactly are you saying Lord Luca did?
Luca Blight, he started that battle to achieve his own ends, and everyone in the Unicorn Brigade was slaughtered just for that. It's not that I was powerless, but in front of Luca Blight, I was completely helpless.
His strength is innate. Ordinary people like us can't even compare.
And so I detest Luca Blight. I hate this country that betrayed us.
But what?
Today, I stood before him once again. When I listened to his words, I became dreadful.
Well, that's natural. That's a terrible choice of words.
No, that's not it. Maybe I was fascinated by Luca Blight's strength, but I was also terrified of it. In that cave, I asked for power, but perhaps what I really wanted was to be more like Luca Blight.
Cave? Now what was he talking about? But despite having lost me, the boy continued on.
Moreover, maybe I wasn't telling the truth when I said I'd cast aside Highland. Highland, where my mother lives even now.
Will you return to Highland then?
I can't do that. I've got people waiting for me. And Pilika. I have to protect that girl. Pilika needs me.
Huh? Hey, are you ready? Don't move.
What are you...
Hurry. You can't let them catch you this time.
Why are you...
It doesn't matter why I'm helping you. You've got people waiting for you, haven't you? Are you going to break your promise to them? So it's Nash's fault that Annabelle is killed. And the rest of the war happens, I guess, basically. This is as far as I can take you. You're on your own from here on out.
Okay, thank you.
Don't mention it.
Well, I guess I'll be going then.
What are you going to do when you get back? The dagger Luca Blight gave you. You still have it, don't you? Are you going to use it?
I despise Luca Blight. But at the same time, I find myself drawn to that violent strength of his, the power to seize anything he wants. So I thought I would keep it as a warning to myself.
I see. Well, be careful out there. They're waiting for you, right?
They?
Nothing. I was just talking to myself. Take care of yourself. I always do Joey in my own voice, and I also always do Nash in my own voice, so it's kind of hard to distinguish them. I made it across the border, and despite not having slept a wink, continued walking well into the evening, till I once again reached Mews. Might not have been strictly necessary for me to return to Mews, but now that I'd had a look at the Highland Army, I wanted to see how the city-states would react. But in truth, that wasn't the only reason. I'd also used up all the money I had. Man, this is gonna be one rough trip if I can't even afford to stop and take a rest for a single night. Huh? Hey, it's those kids. No way, are they still waiting for that boy to come back? Does that mean I passed before him? That can't be right. Did something happen? Although I wondered what was going on, it wasn't any of my business, and I thought it best to continue on my way. But just as I began to make my way through the gate...
Hey there! Right there! Isn't that Joey? Let's go, Rio!
I think if you don't wait for Joey in Suikoden 2, this is different.
You made it back. We knew you would.
Ryo, Nanami, you all kept your promise.
They'd been waiting for that boy, Joey. 2 childhood friends and the girl who clearly adored him. Is that why I kept seeing her face when I looked at the girl? As I watched their joyful reunion, such emotions filled my heart. I feel like the translation is flagging a little bit right now. The city-states in Highland, Luca Blight. There's still many battles left to fight, and even more blood to be spilled. As I walk away from them, my chest aches slightly. A flame of jealousy toward that boy had started to burn within me. I think this is Dominguez, right? Nash! Nash! Huh?
Nash! Contact! Money!
Ah! You!
Nash! Orders!
Hey, wait! Dominguez! Give me my money! Then I'll give you my report on the Beast Rune.
Nash! Nash!
Wait! All right, I think that's the end of the chapter. And that will make it the end of the stream. Because I definitely can't do more than 2 chapters in a night. It's so much reading. But thanks everybody for coming out for this first half of Suikogaiden Volume 1. We'll finish it off next time and then move on to Suikogaiden Volume 2. And then we'll start right in with the remasters. So I will be back next on Thursday with more Shadow Hearts. And then, of course, next Sunday will be Suikoden Sunday once again. All right, so let us see who's around to raid. This is such an early time for me to end. We'll see who might still be alive and kicking. here on twitch.tv. All right, so. God damn it, go away. I hate autoplay on the Twitch website. Okay. Do. Stream manager. Start. Go away. I don't care. Stop telling me about things while I'm streaming. All right. So, who is playing things? Is anybody playing anything that we want to see? Not that I see here so far. What is that? What is that? All right, sorry. Okay, Cleveland's playing Chrono Cross. That seems like a possibility. Let's see if anybody's playing any other games that we like. It is Suikoden Sunday, so if someone else is playing Suikoden, then we can do that. Somebody, anybody. Nobody seems to be playing much Suikoden lately. Oh, hello. Somebody's playing Suiko 3, so we have to. It's Thomas chapter 2, it looks like, maybe. So I think that's where we'll be going. All right, so thanks everybody for coming out tonight. I will see you next time, and in the meantime, have some food and sleep well.